Okay, so we're here with Rachel Smets. And can you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and what you're doing now?
Yes, hi. Um, yes, my name is Rachel, just like you said. I am originally from Belgium and currently living in the Netherlands. I moved about 15 years ago, traveled to different countries where I always lived and worked. So currently Netherlands. And I'm the founder of rachelsmets.com, which is I really am passionate about cultures and languages. So I'm also the author of Awaken Your Confidence, which soon will be launched, where I really try to make a point that confidence is something you can learn and build. So I focus on that. I'm passionate about languages, so I teach a lot of conversational language, not the boring grammar theoretical thing, but just getting there out there and say what you want to say. I speak 6 languages. I love it. And I also help preparing a move abroad because a lot is going on when you have to move abroad. And people sometimes think it's really easy, but there's a lot to consider. So that's where I focus on.
Well, I definitely know it's not easy, and I'm talking to you at just the right time because I'm just about to move from Rome to Myanmar. And luckily for me, it's not the first time I moved abroad. It is the first time moving abroad with a family. So, what are your top tips for not just people who've done it before, but complete beginners? What should they focus on, and what should they not focus on?
Well, yeah, it's interesting. You mentioned that you are moving now with your family, whereas I've always done my moves as a single person, which it is somehow different, and it both has its advantages and disadvantages. Sometimes people say, yeah, but I have a family and kids. It's more difficult. Sometimes I think, well, yes, but if you're alone, you're all alone to unpack everything, to search everything, to make all the paperwork. So it both has its pros and cons. So let's see. How to prepare, there's a lot of things to consider. When you're totally new to it, of course it's different when you're new or when you're already used to it, but when you're totally new to moving abroad, it all depends on, think about what personality you have. Are you somebody who's open for other cultures and other things, and discovering everything new? It's something to really consider, because it's sad to see a lot of people take the jump and then regret it, and a few months later be homesick. So it's something to really consider. Another thing is language. Are you open to learn a new language? Do you need a new language in the country? If you really want to grasp the locals and the culture, talking the language is really something that has helped me a lot. Financially, how are your finances? Do you have some buffer or not? It's something you really have to think about, because you don't want to run out of money, and you do need some money when you just arrive somewhere, initial registrations and things. Another thing to consider is, why are you moving? Are you moving because your company is moving you? Are you moving because you want to start a job? Are you moving? Have you already searched a job, or do you still need to search a job? Whenever I moved, I searched a job every time before I moved. So I knew I had a job, I knew I had a salary, and then all the rest I could figure it out. But a lot of times I see people moving thinking, oh, it will be easy to find a job. It's not easier abroad than it is in your home country. So, and the financial security is really, really important. To me, it is. So let's see. What else? There's, yeah, things to research before you move. Like gas, electricity, water, telephone, visa, paperwork, all of these things. I can name many of them. Those are the ones top of my head, but it's things you should really research before you go. The homework before you go is so important, because once you're there, it's such a change when you arrive to a new town, finding your way, new directions, new people. Everything is so new. You will be so happy when you've done that little bit of homework before you go. And that's something I just can't, point enough. It's like, prepare yourself. I really, yeah, I can't say it enough, but the preparation is such a big key that you don't realize until you're there.
So, okay, now what about for the type A, perfectionists among us who have done all their homework and they're getting really stressed and really worried? Do you have some top tips for keeping calm and grounded while moving abroad, not panicking and having a freak
Yeah,
out, which I may or may not do?
yeah. then comes the fact of prioritization. Because I remember very well the first time I moved, I was in such a stress mode, like everything. I wanted to do everything at the same time. I'm a perfectionist as well. So you wanted, the perfect home and the perfect, transportation and this and that and figure it all out. Impossible. So, because there's things, you can't search for a car before you have a home and before, so what I've learned is to plan. And so once you've done your homework, then comes the planning of, okay, what is important first? What do I need first? First is your flight, and then is the home, and then is the unpacking, and then is, the so it's a matter of really prioritization. And when you have a plan, then well, it doesn't matter what car I'm driving as long as I don't have a home to go to, and it doesn't matter, how my oven works before I have some food in the house and I find a supermarket. So and when you know those little prioritizations, then you think, okay, yeah, let's do that first, and then that, and then that, and it just calms you down instantly.
Right, right. Well, you just calmed me down so much. I actually have a million questions for you, but maybe we'll do some more in a future episode. So I just want to really thank you for joining me and making time for this and for helping everyone who's going through a transition. Do you have any final words of wisdom you want to leave us with for today?
Yeah, I want to thank you as well, Kristen, and I'd love to do more videos because there's a lot I can talk about as well, and I'd love to help other people as well. Yeah, if there's one final tip I can give is just take time to breathe,
Mm,
because we want to rush a lot, and I'm the same, and it's in those moments where you feel so panicky that you just have to stop everything and take a deep breath in and then look at it again. So that's it for me for now.
that's a
Thank you so
that's
much.
an awesome tip. Thank you so much. Take care.
Thanks. Bye.